Today's MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of a March of the Machine set booster box that took place on August 30th, 2023. We'll begin the analysis by looking at all of the cards that we pulled from the 30 set booster packs. Then we'll review how much of the main set, Multiverse Legends subset, as well as the Commander subset that we saw in non-foil and foil, along with a breakdown of coverage by rarity and a look at duplication. Following this, we'll establish a baseline for value with a look at the current value of the three sets before moving into a recap of the actual observed value. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 150 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level to download the analysis. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box versus the cards that we were eligible to pull. Using this chart, we can see all of the cards that we were eligible to see from the March of the Machine main set in gray, the actual foils we pulled in orange, and the non-foils in green. In the non-foil space, we saw between 40 and 45 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, and in the foil space, we saw between 3 and 5 cards per color. Also in this box, we saw 7 cards from the Jumpstart side set, as well as 4 showcase cards. From the Commander subset, we saw 1 foil and 4 non-foils, and from the Multiverse Legends subset, we saw between 3 and 5 cards for each of the primary colors, along with 18 multicolor cards. We also saw a single traditional foil card and 2 etched foils. Moving into coverage, from the main March of the Machine set, we saw 228 unique cards out of a possible 337. This gave us 68% coverage of the cards that we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 88% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 32 of the 337 cards, giving us just 9% coverage of the set. Again, our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 12% coverage. Now let's shift into the subsets. From the Commander subset, we ended up seeing 4 of the 18 cards in non-foil for 22% coverage. From the Multiverse Legends subset, we saw 34 of the 130 cards, giving us 26% coverage. In the traditional foil space, we only saw a single card from the Commander subset for 6% coverage and a single card from the Multiverse Legends subset for 2% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 85% of the commons and 95% of the uncommons that we are eligible to see in non-foil from the main set. We also saw 27 of the 83 rares for 33% coverage and 6 non-foil mythics for 18% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 15% of the commons, 9% of the uncommons, as well as 2 foil rares good enough for 2% coverage. In the Commander subset, we saw a total of 5 rares and mythics, but because of duplication, we only saw 33% coverage of the rares and 17% coverage of the mythics. And from the Multiverse Legends subset, we ended up seeing 53% of the uncommons, 18% of the rares, and 7% of the mythics. In total, we saw 46 rares and 11 mythics within these 30 packs if we include the duplication and the rares that we pulled off of the list. From a duplication standpoint, only 55 of the cards in the box were duplicated 60 times, giving this box a duplication rate of 17%. Before getting into the value of today's set booster box, let's first examine the potential value of the cards that we could have obtained. This chart shows all 337 cards that you can pull from the main March of the Machine set inside of a set booster pack. Currently, the set features 2 cards valued over $10, and both of them are going to be Shieldred, and both are right around $17 in value. The main set also features 14 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 32 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 289 cards in the set are currently valued less than $1. If you were to add up the total value of all 337 cards using non-foil market prices, the grand total would come up to be $254.66. Moving into the subsets, of the 18 cards that you can pull from the Commander subset, only 2 of them are valued over $1, and the entire set of 18 only is valued at $8.99. Things do get better in the Multiverse Legends subset, with 8 of the cards being valued over $10. However, keep in mind that 5 of those are going to be the hard-to-pull etched foils. Now, the 3 non-foiled out cards valued over $10 are going to be the Elish Norn Grand Cenobite, valued at $10.25, Atraxa Praetor's Voice at $10.92, and the Ragavan Nimble Pilfer, valued at $41.25. There's also 7 cards valued between $5 and $10, again with more than half of those being the etched foils, as well as 27 cards valued between $1 and $5, and 88 cards currently valued under $1. And the grand total for the entire 130 card subset is $299.25. So what kind of value did we end up seeing today? Well, I'd say we got really lucky and pulled one of the two cards from the main set valued over $10, the Shieldred in standard frame. We also saw 4 non-foils valued between $5 and $10, and 9 non-foils valued between $1 and $5. The other 268 non-foils from the main set that we saw are currently valued less than $1. From the two subsets, I'd say again we got pretty darn lucky seeing one of the 3 standard frame cards in the Multiverse Legends subset valued over $10. Sure, it was the least valuable, the Elish Norn, but that's totally fine with me. We also saw 1 card valued between $5 and $10, and 2 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 40 cards from the two subsets are currently valued less than $1. Unfortunately, only one of the foils in the entire box was of note, and it was the Ortheon Hero of Lava Brink valued at $7.81. The other 33 foils that we saw are valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box from a seller on TCG Player for $94.26 a little while ago. The current market price for these boxes as of August 28th, 2023 is $95.35. The March of the Machine set booster box contains 30 packs, each with 12 cards, allowing you to see 360 cards plus art cards, cards from the list, and tokens. Now, the 30 art cards, 8 list cards, and 21 tokens that we saw have a combined value of $11.05. The 5 cards from the Commander subset have a disappointing value of only $1.39. The 133 commons and 19 basic lands that we saw come up to exactly $10. The 155 uncommons that we saw have a current market value of $11.41. The 40 rares have a current market value of $53.55, and the 8 mythics that we pulled are valued at $52.24. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $139.64 in card market value, which is a gain of $45.38 over the price I paid, which means that I saw a return of 148% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 13 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $85.47, which means that those 13 cards represent 61% of the total box value and covered about 91% of my costs for the box. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.